Hello there. Are you ready to discover how positive self-talk can completely alter your reality? We all have an inner voice, that quiet whisper in the back of our minds. Most of the time, it's telling us stories about who we are, what we're capable of, and how the world works. The problem is, for many of us, that inner voice isn't always kind. It might tell us that we're not good enough, that we'll never achieve our dreams, or that we're stuck in situations that seem impossible to change. But what if I told you that the way you talk to yourself could completely transform your life in as little as a week? It's not magic, it's neuroscience. Here's the truth: the brain doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. This is why your thoughts, words, and beliefs have such a powerful effect on your reality. When you talk to yourself negatively, your brain believes it. It reinforces those negative patterns, keeping you stuck. But when you shift your thoughts to something positive, you begin to rewire your brain. In just 7 days, if you commit to changing how you speak to yourself, you will start to see shifts in how you feel, how you react, and even in the opportunities that begin to show up in your life. Now, I know what you might be thinking: how can something as simple as talking to myself differently have such a big impact? Well, let's break it down. Every thought we have triggers a response in our body. Our thoughts release chemicals and hormones that shape how we feel, how we behave, and even how our body functions. When we think negatively, we release stress hormones like cortisol, which can lead to feelings of anxiety, fear, and frustration. But when we think positively, we release feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which make us feel calmer, more confident, and more capable. So, if you want to change your life in 7 days, it starts with shifting your inner dialogue. Begin by becoming aware of the words you say to yourself. Are you constantly criticizing yourself? Are you focusing on what you lack, instead of what you have? This kind of thinking is keeping you trapped. But if you can start to shift your thoughts, even in small ways, you'll start to notice big changes. For example, instead of telling yourself, "I can't do this," try saying, "I'm capable of handling this." Instead of thinking, "I'll never be successful," start saying, "Success is on its way to me." The power of positive self-talk is undeniable, but it's not always easy. Our brains are wired to default to negative thinking because it was once a survival mechanism. In the past, being cautious and noticing potential dangers kept us safe. But in today's world, most of our fears are no longer life-threatening. They're simply stories we've been telling ourselves for years. So, to change your life in just 7 days, you need to start rewiring those old stories and replacing them with new, empowering ones. One of the most effective ways to do this is by using affirmations. Affirmations are short, positive statements that you repeat to yourself. They can be about your health, your career, your relationships, or your personal growth. The key is to make them positive, present, and in the first person. For example, "I am confident," "I am worthy of love and success," or "I am capable of achieving my goals." The more you repeat these affirmations, the more you'll start to believe them. Now, let's talk about how to make this work for you in just 7 days. It's simple: commit to speaking to yourself positively every day. Start by identifying one area of your life that you want to improve. Maybe it's your career, your health, or your self-esteem. Once you've chosen that area, create 3 positive affirmations that focus on it. For example, if you're looking to improve your health, your affirmations could be, "I am healthy and strong, my body is full of energy, and I am nourishing my body with healthy choices." Set aside a few minutes each day to repeat these affirmations to yourself. Do it first thing in the morning, when you wake up, or before you go to bed at night. The key is consistency. The more you repeat these words, the more your brain will start to believe them, and the more your body will begin to respond positively to them. But there's more to it than just saying the words. You need to feel them, too. As you say your affirmations, close your eyes and really imagine what it would feel like to already have those things in your life. Visualize yourself healthy, confident, and successful. The combination of positive words and emotions will help you create new neural pathways in your brain, shifting your thoughts and behaviors in a more positive direction. In the next 7 days, you might not see a complete transformation in your life, but you will start to notice subtle shifts. You might feel a little more confident, a little more energized, or a little more hopeful about the future. These small changes will snowball over time, and before you know it, your entire reality will begin to change. The key is consistency. It's not enough to say something positive once or twice. You need to say it every day, multiple times a day. The more you do this, the more you'll begin to change your inner dialogue and reprogram your brain to focus on the positive. This is how you shift your mindset and, ultimately, your life. Your brain is constantly processing information and looking for patterns. So when you speak positively to yourself, you're literally creating new neural pathways. These pathways help strengthen the idea that you are worthy of success, happiness, and health. The more you reinforce positive beliefs, the more your brain will look for evidence to support them. This process is something called neuroplasticity, the ability of the brain to change and adapt. The key to making this change is repetition. Just like any skill, the more you practice, the better you get at it. Repeating positive statements to yourself is like working out a muscle. The more consistent you are, the stronger those positive pathways become, and the easier it is to maintain a positive mindset in your everyday life. It's important to be patient and kind with yourself through this process, especially at the beginning. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but over time, it will start to feel more natural. But how does this impact your life in the long run? Positive self-talk is like planting seeds in a garden. It may take some time to see the results, but once you've planted the right seeds, those of self-love, confidence, and possibility, you will start to notice changes. Opportunities will start to open up in unexpected ways. Relationships will feel more harmonious. You'll begin to feel more at ease with who you are. All of this happens because you've rewired your brain to align with your highest potential. One thing to keep in mind is that this is not about ignoring the challenges or pretending everything is perfect. Positive self-talk doesn't mean that life will suddenly become problem-free. It simply means that when challenges arise, you will approach them with a mindset of resilience and possibility. You'll stop thinking, "I can't handle this," and start thinking, "I'm capable of finding a solution." This shift in perspective is what allows you to navigate difficulties with more grace and ease. Another important aspect of positive self-talk is how it impacts your emotional state. When you speak kindly to yourself, your emotional responses change. You'll feel more grounded, centered, and calm. This doesn't mean you won't experience negative emotions, but rather that you'll be better equipped to handle them. You'll understand that emotions are temporary, and they don't define who you are. By practicing positive self-talk, you can shift your emotional state much more quickly, leading to a greater sense of well-being. The beauty of this practice is that you don't need to wait for external circumstances to change in order to feel better. You can start changing how you feel right now, simply by changing how you talk to yourself. This shift allows you to feel more empowered in your own life. It reminds you that your thoughts are the most powerful tool you have to create the life you desire. So, are you ready to start today? Take the first step by choosing one area of your life to focus on, create 3 positive affirmations, and commit to repeating them every day for the next 7 days. You don't need to know exactly how it will all unfold, just trust the process. The simple act of speaking kindly to yourself will create a ripple effect that will change everything. In the next 7 days, I want you to recall one thing: you are in control of your thoughts. You have the power to change your life simply by changing the way you talk to yourself. It may not happen overnight, but if you stick with it, you'll begin to see just how powerful your words can be. And in doing so, you'll create a life filled with more confidence, more joy, and more possibility. Take this moment seriously. If you want to change, it starts with how you speak to yourself. And in 7 days, you'll begin to feel the difference.